Forest activist and conservationist Dylan Pugh has recently been to visit the fire-affected forests in his region of northeast New South Wales. I asked him to speak about his connection with nature and the importance of protecting old-growth forests now and into the future.
I was born and raised in the bush, so I grew up in the bush and exploring the trees, the fungi, the mosses, the orchids in a dry woodland. But we also looked after orphaned animals, and it just establishes this really close connection with the other animals in the environment. So we had particularly wombats I fell in love with. We used to, I think we had about 12, raised about 12 orphans in my childhood. So that led me down life's path, I think, is that of living in the bush. My artwork helped develop my understanding of the bush, in that I wanted to know what I was drawing and painting. And when I moved to the north coast, rainforest became my muse, really. I very much fell in love with rainforests. They're just such luxuriant habitats and so full of life. And then when I started finding out about, and I expressed that through my artwork as well, but then when I started finding out about the importance of big old eucalypt trees, that really changed my perspective, because only when trees, eucalypt trees, get over like 120 to 180 years old that they start to develop hollows, and it's only when they're like 220 or 250 years old they develop big hollows, and those hollows are absolutely essential for so many of our wildlife. A huge proportion of our species, our possums, our owls, a lot of our kingfishers, our parrots, our cockatoos, these iconic Australian species rely upon tree hollows for dens and nests. And without tree hollows, we won't have those species. So, and it's only the older trees that provide them. And then those trees might live for 300 to 500 years. Some of them, like brush box, might live for well over 1,000 years, if not a couple of thousand years, but they have a limited lifespan. And when those trees go, those hollows go. And the problem we have at the moment is we've removed most of those big old trees, but we've also removed the future hollow-bearing trees, that next size class down, that are absolutely essential to be able to grow old, like that you know, the 80 and 100-year-old trees that we need to replace those big old hollow-bearing trees as they die. And we've removed those from the landscape as well. So, you know, my initial involvement with forests in the northeast was rainforest, but that turned into a need to protect old growth forests, and that's really been the main focus of most of my life.